Hey everybody, welcome to Tucker and Tulips. So today you guys, I am starting a new series. I'm going to be taking you guys with me on this little venture. I am starting a really cool and fun journal. Let me grab this. And I'm painting. I'll move that over there. Whew. Okay, so this is the journal that we're going to be making. Guys, this is a 1964 edition of Betty Crocker's Parties for Children. Fun, games, fun, and food. And it is absolutely beautiful. Look at the inside, it's pink. The outside, I love it. And guys, the pages, the pages are amazing. I'm having a hard time of figuring out which pages I want to use because they're all just so beautiful. So what I've done, okay, so this was like a spiral bind book. I don't have one to show you, but and I took it apart and I did not rip it. See, they're all in place. But I'm not going to use all the pages because I'm going to put other things inside of it. I'm going to use a lot. I'm just taking out the pages. It's definitely not going to be in order. And so what I'm doing, because it was spiral, I am using some scrapbook paper and just gluing them together to make them a page, like a signature. And so I have this scrapbook paper that I already measured down. I think it's an inch and a half. Yeah, an inch and a half gives me plenty of room to fold it. Some of them I did not do in it. Some of them are an inch, but that's okay. It'll still hold. And then I think I'm going to cut some fabric. So what I'm going to do today is pick some of my papers. I'm going to pick all my papers. So I'm going to pick my pages from here. I'm going to pick all my pages that I'm going to put in there. And then I'm going to grab all of the, all of the things that I want to go in there. So I have a few things here. I have this giant vintage old maid set of cards. And I picked a couple of those. Those are going to go in there. I want this to be really fun and really whimsical. And then I have these, and these will work perfectly. Look at that. I love that. So these are all bags, and they're gonna go in there as little pockets. So I ran across those. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna glue, let me see. So I'm gonna show you how I'm gluing the pages together. So I picked out some of the pages, and then I have some of the pink ones. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that's just gorgeous. All right, so we'll do a couple of those. And so all I did was, these are longer too. I haven't cut them to size. I probably should do that now. No, I'll do it later. So today is Memorial Day, you guys, and anybody who is a veteran, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you have done for our country in terms of protecting us. Johnny and I did not make any plans whatsoever today. We are just enjoying a nice quiet Memorial Day, and I don't know why I did that. So the video before this video, you guys are gonna see that I organized my craft room. I can't tell you how good I feel, like even doing videos. It's, like makes such a difference in my attitude and everything. How about you guys? Anybody have that same issue when you can't get creative? Let's see, where did I put that? So then I get, move this. I wanted to make my desk so nothing was on here, like none of, I have some shelving behind me that I reach for things, but I don't have any place to put them. And you guys, if you're wondering what kind of glue I use, I just use Glue All, multi-purpose glue. This thing, it's extra strong formula, has to be Glue All. I just like the way it works. It's better than PVA in my opinion. Some of you might not agree, but I have had no issues with it, and the price suits me well. So look at how pretty that looks. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these too. So I'm not only am I gluing them, I'm going to sew them. I'm not sure, when I've done these, I'm not sure that I have to sew them, but I do. Oh, Johnny sneezing. I don't know if you guys noticed this one was a little ripped, but it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm going to be sewing. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I will be back. Alright, you guys, so I am back. I went ahead and glued all of these pages that I wanted to glue. Now I haven't sewed them, and I'm not quite sure I am because my sewing machine is acting up, so I may have to skip that. I don't need to sew them because I glued them and they're pretty securely on there, but we'll see. I'm going to mess with my machine again a little more. But today or tonight, what we're going to do is we are going to put 3 signatures together. So I already picked out, so we're going to put the 3 signatures together. We're also going to, I'm going to show you the binding that I'm going to use. Now when I make my journals, you guys, I used to make them with lots of lace and ruffles and all of that. I just find that I don't like all that stuff on there, so I don't know. I just don't make them like that anymore. I used to. I put some on there, but I don't like fully decorate them. Is that what I'm saying? I put some pockets, not a whole lot, and I just think that whoever, you know, gets the journal can do whatever they want. It's kind of a, you put the main things in there, like, you know, but other than that, that's, yeah. And this is already spoken for, so this is going to someone very dear to me. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead, I already picked my papers. I'm gonna put this aside over here. I have 3. I want that in the front. And there's another page here. Oh yeah, so okay, so here's my 3 signatures. Now, I already went through my stash and I have a whole pile of papers here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay them on here. I have 3 signatures. That's what I want for each of my, for my book. Okay? And I should have enough pages for each one. So this is how I do it. Just showing you how I do it. So tonight, the only thing we're going to do today or tonight, I'm going to come back in a couple days. I think, let's see. Okay, because I want to make sure that because this is a series, so, and I need to get this done quickly. I have a few other things, projects that I have to finish. So I think tomorrow, okay, so I'm going to upload this. Today is Monday. And so tomorrow night is Tuesday. I'll be back Tuesday. So just be on the lookout if you're new here. And let me just explain this one. This one only gets 2, and I'm putting 1 in the first signature and the last one. And because there's only, it's a long story, but I only have 2 of this piece. Guys, I've been working really hard on my room, on my craft, on my, just a lot of stuff, and I actually want to put one of these one of these, and one of these. All right, so now that we have all of our papers that we're going for our signatures, and we've got a lot. Look at all these. These are wonderful too. These are going in other books. But for right now, I'm just going to put those over there. All right, so now we have all of these for each of our signatures. And I'm going to go ahead and these, which I love, these huge binders or paper clips. My hand, I have really bad, my thumb, I had surgery on this hand, and when it's going to rain or it's humid, which it is, they really give me a lot of trouble. So I have my front and my back. So, and what I'm going to do now is, now I have all that, and I'm going to fold the papers and all of that. I'll probably do that here in a bit. Now I need to figure out which, because I'm going to use one of these. I got these at a thrift store for 20 cents. Colorful. All right, so I'm putting these away. So I've decided I'm going to use this. I just think that looks fun. Swirls. I think, you guys, I'm going to do something I've never done before. And let me just move some of this stuff. But I think it'll be a really cool idea. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to make some holes. That's what happened. I thought that was a stitch, but it's just the indentions of that. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the holes. And let's just hope it comes out. Perfect. did, but I needed to redo that. So we're almost done with this part, you guys. And in my opinion, this is the hardest part. The rest is just decorating, getting it the way you want. The construction is the part that is time consuming, in my opinion. All right, so let's get this out of here. So, all right. And pretty much, yeah, they're pretty much about the same. I can probably put, so, and it doesn't really matter, you guys, you know, at the end of the day. Yeah, see, this is like, oh, what the heck happened there? I really messed that up. Oh well, that doesn't matter at the, and the reason why is because when I sew these in, it's going to be that side and then that side, and I can always put a trim. Well, actually, you won't even see. So yeah, it's just not going to matter. Anyways, I just want it to be really secure. In order for it to be really secure, I'm gonna have to. So let's. How much are we wanting this off of here? So I'm gonna just kind of see how much. I think this is maybe a 1/2 inch. All right, so we need 1 inch, and then so we need. I'm gonna say for. I'm standing, but I'm going to sit because I'm not ready to go to bed, and I want to work on this. So I am going to work on this and try to see if that will help my back, because right now it hurts. And you guys, retail, I learned a lesson. Retail is not my thing, but I do love making journals, and I can't keep them all. So I know Possum Patty has hundreds, right? What did she count the other day? And she had over 100 journals. I know, but I don't think I can do that. Yeah, I think this would be great. And I'm glad that piece is at the back. I forgot about that. So, oh, and by the way, this is Fabri-Tac. In case you're wondering what kind of glue that is. So that is that. Look at that. But I'm going to put a piece of cardboard, not a hard piece. I'm going to put, I know I have some cardboard now. This might work. In fact, this will be perfect. Yeah, so I want it to be not too sturdy, but not real weak, you know? This will be perfect. You want to mark the top and the bottom so that it's a straight line. I know it's basic, but in case you're new, I'm always surprised, you know, because there's always new people, you know, learning about junk journaling or just crafting and creating. And I always think, you know, like, I'm gonna use that for the inside. I like that. Maybe, yeah, that looks fun. And I always have to remember, people don't, you know, they don't know. All right, so I'm not gonna do that right now. I'm gonna roll it. I usually don't do all of these the tedious things on camera, but I think it's good for me to do, and it's also, you know, it's a good way to learn how to, you know, to do a journal. There's all kinds of ways people put these journals together. So I always want to make sure I put a good amount of glue on the top, and then a good amount of glue on the bottom. Good amount of glue on the corners, especially. Is that even a word? Good amount? Good amount? That doesn't sound right, listening to myself. But that's right. You guys know what I'm talking about. Alright. I think that's enough. I'm going to spread it a little bit. I know some people don't like the smell of the Fabri-Tac. I actually do. Oh, I love that. I absolutely love it. Alright, so this is where... There we have it. That's perfect size, you guys. That's going to be perfect. I think I want to go ahead and put that ribbon, and then we'll put this. That's what we're going to do. It's a nice accent. All right, so new rule in my room. I have to put my things away so I don't lose them. Or they don't end up, remember, I just reorganized stuff so they don't end up everywhere. Because that's what happens. I get real excited and I'm like, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I just leave things. So that's what happens. So I am putting things away. I'm going to go ahead and bind it with that. Well, I'll put that. We're not binding it tonight. I'm going to bind it tomorrow. Okay? That's what we're going to do. So that is nice, right? Look at that. That looks really nice. I love it. I love it. And I do like the rickrack. And I like that a lot. Yes, 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 yes. It is coming along, you guys. See, that's what happens. I get stuck because I start thinking I want to finish. I love it. I love this. I love the... All right, let's let that dry, and then isn't that, it's gonna be so cute. I love it because it's gonna be so cute and childlike. All right, so let's start folding our papers and putting our signatures together. So new to journaling, this is what we call signatures, and in a book. Well, let me show you two signatures. If you see there, you see the two signatures right there. You can see that. Oh, there you have it. So you can see when I pull it apart like that, those are two signatures. So we're making 3 in our book. So if you don't know what signatures are, that's what they are. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're opening up our book. And then we're opening up our signatures. So I'll put that one there. So some of these I did not put together, like I didn't sew them together, like 2 pages, you know. I didn't do the 2 pages like that. So they're like this. But I still am going to use the pages sideways like that. And on my music, I always try to put a music sheet. And once you start doing your own journals, you guys, you start having like your own little things that you do. Like I said, I used to decorate these. I used to put all kinds of pockets and tummy tucks and belly bands. I call them tummy tucks, belly bands, whatever. Anyways, I don't do that anymore because when you know, when I'm doing a journal, I just go wherever I want, you know, like wherever I'm, you know, I don't know how to explain it. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff in my journals. I want to do my journals. So let's put one of these in here. So we have 3 in each signature. And this is going to look really cute right here. This is what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at the page, and I'm looking at that. And you see the purple? That's how it's going to look really cute together. It's not a big deal, but once, like I said, once you start putting your journals together, you'll start noticing that stuff. And I love having them all different sizes, you guys. Just your journals, your pages. I love having a piece of, we have a piece of wallpaper here. This is vintage wallpaper. Some of this over here. I put a lot of pages in each of these signatures, but this is going to be a really cool book that she can just have for many years to come. Lots to do in here. This is, see how the yellow looks so cool with that? I like that. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. I'm looking at that little, because when you turn the page, it's going to be like that. I love that. So what is my middle page? I think I'm going to have the map as my middle page, which means I think I need some colors. Maybe not. I'll just do with what I have. You know what? I'm not going to use this one. I'm taking that one out, which you can do. Change your mind if you want to change your mind. That's fine. Change your mind. Change your mind. That's the nice thing about all of this, is like nothing's set in stone. Oh, that's, you know what? I forgot. Okay, I need to put one of these. So that's gonna be in there. And then one of these. And then so that is one huge and really, really thick signature, but that's okay. We like it like that. All right, where is the little clip? All right, so there's one. Perfect. Perfect size, perfect. And look how pretty, this is gonna look so nice, you guys. Well, let's see, this is gonna be, is that it? This is gonna be like this. It's gonna be like this. I just love it. I love it. I absolutely love it. Alright, so we're not using that. Now it's going. This is enough, I think, to make another journal. Look at that. Perfect. So I'm going to save this because this is being nice. I'm going to make the exact same journal. And put it on my Etsy. Oh, maybe not. No, it'll be going to my, it'll go to my, my craft fair that I'm planning on joining. Sorry guys, I'm so thirsty. Alright. So we have 3. Isn't that a pretty page? I love that. And I'm not putting them in the same order as that one, you guys. I'm just going to put wherever I see fit. So this right here, if you've never done avocado, dyed avocado, that is, I did some avocado paper and it turns out pink. Isn't that lovely? In fact, I just threw away some avocado. I'm gonna have to go get it out. So I stagger. The other reason why I don't do a lot of decorating, you guys, is because I actually like to write. You know, I want to write in my journal. So I don't want a whole bunch of stuff in it. I mean, it doesn't really bother me because I can do that. I'm going to put one of these in there. Yeah. But I like to write in my journals, so see, that looks good to me. I'm also making sure all my papers are the right, you know, the right side. Except the ones we fold, those don't really matter. But like if they were like this, yeah. I'm going to I chose this wrapping paper because it looks childlike, and that's kind of the idea for this journal. There's all our signatures ready to go. It's gonna look like that, you guys. This is the inside. And we're gonna make a dangle. Put a little dangle that clips on. I like the ones that clip on, then they can take it off and put it on the side. But oh god, it looks nice. I'm gonna have to cut this down. So what this is like suture tape, I think. Buy it on Amazon. It's really durable, but it's really strong. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put it on here. I don't want it all the way to the top. That's perfect. So that's gonna be, so that'll cover that brown. That's kind of what I wanted something there for. And it's very durable. All right. The nice thing about the glue is it can be rubbed out. So if you got any glue, like I did here, you can rub it out. If you rub it out, it should be fine. All right, you guys, we did a lot. Okay, we did a lot. So now all we have to do, so our signature's in, it's ready to go. this is what I'm talking about. Like, I always try to get that to be very, very, because I don't want any sneaking under the dress, right? We don't want, we want to make sure it is glued all the way up here, so there is no peeking. No peeking. There we have it. And I'll do that on the other side too. So I don't like it, like if it's, you know, if it's not like that. I don't like that. So we want to make sure it's finished, right? Like just finished. That's kind of like, what we want. See, I like that finished edge. We'll let that dry, and I'm really pleased. I am really pleased, and I really think it's going to be very, very pretty. I think the recipient is going to love it. All right, well, you guys, thank you for sticking around. I hope I explained things good. I'm not a tutorial type person, but I do want you guys to be able to create your own. Sorry, I'm just so thirsty. Anyways, I'm going to let you guys go for tonight. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see you guys. Look for, I plan on, let me see, I think I will upload probably Tuesday. Today's Monday. I'll get this edited, get it to you today, Tuesday. By Wednesday, you guys, by Wednesday you should have, there should be another video of where I am sewing in the signatures, and then we'll start doing some decorating. Not too much. I'm not going to decorate it too much. Some decorating. And then, yeah. Okay. All right, you guys. Have a good night.